Elaine with Elaine's Creations, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create this cute Halloween card with the Frightfully Cute bundle. When you open it up, there's a graveyard inside. Alright, this is the Frightfully Cute bundle. It has these fun Halloween images, sayings, and dies, and I'm going to show you how to make this fun little graveyard card. You open it up and there's a graveyard in there, but I'm going to start with the front of the card. So I just have some basic black that's cut in half. So it is 5.5 by 8.5 folded in half, and I have a piece of the Cute Halloween Designer Series paper, and I'm going to use the spooky black side. This is 5.25 by 4. So I'm just going to attach this right on. And then I have cut out a circle with the second largest layering circle. And I'm just going to sponge some Mango Melody ink on all the edges, and then I'm just going to kind of rub some on to make it a spooky orange moon. Could be a yellow moon, but I thought orange was kind of spookier, or maybe it's because of all the fires and smoke that have been here in California. I've been seeing a lot of orange moons. Anywho, I have stamped and cut out the witch and the happy Halloween. And this is this little label die right here. And I'm going to stamp and emboss the moon. So I'm gonna use my 20-year-old embossing buddy. Still has a tiny bit left in there. And I've got some white embossing powder. And I just learned a new trick about how to really get nice, crisp images. So make sure that this is very juicy, and then stamp that. And then move this out of the way. And we'll pour some white powder on there. Okay, maybe a little bit more. And since this is going to get cut out, I'm not going to worry too much about tapping the excess away. And then just going to heat it up with the heat tool. Okay, and let that dry a little bit while I grab a tree, cut out one of the trees, and if you look closely, you can see some embossing of the grooves, or the, what do you call it, of the tree. So that is fun. So I'm just gonna grab a scrap piece of paper so I can do my sponge trick with the glue. So I have just a little sponge left over from the days when Stampin' Up used to sell sponges. Luckily they are still useful, and I'm just gonna sponge the glue right on there, and then tweezers are very helpful. And then I can just place the tree right here, a silhouette of the tree on here, and then I can put the witch and the happy Halloween on dimensionals. And I'm gonna grab my chalk marker too, because that's gonna help me out with the getting a crisp image. Maybe you can figure out what I'm gonna do. but just gonna put some dimensionals on here really quick. And here. And on the witch, we'll do a half a dimensional, and we'll just attach this down flat to the card here. And then for the moon, I'm just gonna put it in this bottom corner and add the Happy Halloween to you right there. And then for the moon, I'm going to, you can cut it out with the die. So I'm going to cut that out with the die, and I'll be right back. So I've cut out the moon with the die. So I'm just gonna put a dimensional on the moon, and then I can add my witch. So I'm gonna put it this way, and then add the witch, and then this will be the front of our card here. She's riding off. You can see her silhouette in the moon. And you can use the chalk markers to go and fill in anywhere where you weren't able to get the embossing powder, and it just makes your image look crisper and cleaner. So you can just color it in with the chalk marker like so. And then if you got any fly pieces of embossing powder, you can use the black marker to kind of go around your image and get rid of those pieces by coloring them black. So I'm just going to go back on this one and color it a little bit so you can hopefully see a difference, a little bit of a difference. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about getting too detailed with it right now, but that's something you can do. So now for the inside of the card, so I'm gonna try to keep that open so you can see that. I have cut out another tree, a fence, and the spider web. And I have this little piece for the Have a Fabulous Halloween, and that is from the Cutest Halloween stamp set. One of my good friends says that, so I thought it was a fun sentiment. And then I've cut 2 pieces of 5.5 by 2.5. Actually, I take that back. It was 1 piece that was 5.5 by, I want to say 3, and I cut that in half with the Inspiring Canopy dies. And so these 2 are going to be my rolling hills here. And then I have a piece of 5.25 by, I think this is 2 7/8 basic gray that I'm just going to put here so that our spider web will show nicely on here. And then I have a piece of 5.5 by 4, and I've scored it at 1, 2, and 3, and this is gonna create this pop out back here. But before I get to all of those pieces, I have a basic white 5.5 by 5.25 piece, and I am going to do some coloring with this piece to create this greeny ghoulish sky here. So I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper, And I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight and use a blending brush. I've cut this scrap piece of paper with the layering circles dies. It's about 2.5 inches diameter, and I'm just going to put just a tiny bit of adhesive to hold it in place, but I want it to be extremely repositionable and not leave a mark on my paper. So I'm just going to stick my dirty finger right there and just tack it down gently, and then grab some Daffodil Delight ink and just, ooh, there's some glue. I'm gonna move it over here. Just rub it off there a little bit, and then just start doing some yellow around the circle here. And your fingers are gonna get inky. Okay, grab some more ink. Okay, that looks nice and yellow. Spooky, spooky yellow. Okay, and then next I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. I think that's spooky. And a blending brush. There's so much fuzz on it. I'm getting fuzz on my ink pad. All right, so now this one is gonna come in from the sides and come up to meet the yellow a little bit. Oh, darn, hopefully that'll be covered. I think that'll be covered by my pop out of my graveyard. Okay, do the side, okay. And then our last color is Shaded Spruce. Shaded Spruce. This is a nice dark green color. That's Old Olive. This is Shaded Spruce. Okay, it's nice and dark. Okay, so again, I'm gonna come in from the side on this. Okay. A little bit more, kind of going over there. Lots in that corner. We don't have to worry about the bottom too much, but I can add a little bit more over here, darken it. A little bit more just on the edge here. Make it super spooky. You could do this with oranges too, but I decided to do greens. Okay, and so we can remove our circle, and hopefully that didn't leave a mark. Stuck a little bit too well. Okay, gotta use the persuader here. And it left the adhesive on there, so hopefully I can clean it up with the adhesive remover, because I want a really nice white clear moon. There we go. Now I can stamp some bats. So I'm gonna use Memento Black.
scheduled to work on Saturday again?
We're doing, oh, never mind, the 9th. That's fine.
I don't know if it's just next week or like going forward or what.
Well, he can't do the 16th or 23rd because we are doing I Fly and the Temple.
According to him, he's done working on the 15th, so it doesn't matter.
I did tell him he should continue because he thinks it's gonna take him like 2 days to do his room.
Probably will.
Okay, so let's stamp some bats. So I'm gonna do one up here. And one down here. And one over here. Okay, and just gonna make these a little bit darker with my marker. And while I've got the black out, I'm gonna stamp my Have a Fabulous Halloween. And I'm gonna stamp a couple of ghosties. Sorry that my paper is, I'm just using up some old designs. So I'm not gonna stamp the outline. I thought the ghosts looked better with just the face on them. So we want 2 ghosts. And I'm gonna stamp the little faces on them. And you could do them this way. Or you could do them this way. Okay, super cute. Okay, so now to assemble the inside, we're going to start by attaching this piece to the back and doing a little bit of trimming. So just go ahead and attach the whole thing to top of the card here. And it's okay if it doesn't line up. We're gonna trim it. So I've got my mini trimmer here. Probably would be best if I hadn't put the dimensionals on, but it'll be okay. So I'm just gonna get this lined up here. And trim that off. Didn't quite trim it down there. And then this one. This one I'm just gonna do by hand because it's only off a little bit. Okay. This one I'm gonna trim by hand too. Okie dokie. So now I want this to all be dark. So I'm just gonna run the edge of my marker on the edge of the paper so you can't see the white on the front of the card. I think it just gives it a nice finished look. Okay, looks like I missed a little bit right there. Okay, that looks better. Yeah. Okay, so that's the background for our graveyard. Now we can put this back rolling hill back here. Just get some of these little pieces off. And I'm just gonna check and make sure this isn't gonna cover the whole thing up. It will just cover like that much, so that should be fine. So we're gonna start to get kind of a thick layer going here. So don't put it right in the score line. Move it up just like a tiny bit here. Okay, so we've got that piece. And now for this piece, we've got the score lines at 1, 2, and 3. And we're just going to put some adhesive first on this side. And actually I'm gonna do Stampin' Seal Plus since this moves a lot. And I'm going to place it about there. So it's not quite in the crease, and fold this down. And while I'm at it, I can trim this as well. Okay, and so that's attached now to there. And so I'm gonna fold it in half again and do the adhesive on this tab. Be nice and strong, and then fold that back. Okay, and that creates our box here. And then we can do our front rolling hill here. So I'm only gonna put adhesive on the bottom part of this. So just open that up and try and place this at the bottom of the score line there. There's our rolling hills. And then we can add a tree over here and a fence over there. And then we can put this ghost on dimensionals. We can have this ghost flying here or here. So let's put some dimensionals on the ghosts. I'm just gonna do a half dimensional on this one because he's gonna be peeking. Whoops, I did it the wrong way. Oh well, we'll just do it like that. So bring this back and I'll save these. I'll just put that there. Okay, So we've got our ghosty, and I'm gonna put the tree down first. So let's get some scrap paper for the tree, and the fence is gonna go behind the hill. So we're just gonna put a little bit of glue there. And we're also gonna glue this, so might as well get that going too. And so we'll just put some on here, and I'll start with the spider web and then the tree. A little bit more glue. Some glue on the front of the fence. So we'll put the fence on here. Use the tweezers for the tree back here. And then we'll put the spider web on here. Okay, so we can add this to the bottom. Just add that to the bottom of the card, and then we'll add our ghosts. So this ghost is just gonna go over here by the trees. And then we have this ghost, and that's gonna go down here by the fence. And then the last thing is to cut this out, and I cut it out with the harvest dies. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, and find some dimensionals to put this on. Okay, have a fabulous Halloween. I love it. So there's our spooky graveyard card using the Frightful Tags Dies and the Frightfully Cute stamp set that you can purchase in a bundle for 10% off. I hope you check it out. When you purchase the bundle, you can get my box class for free. So just use the current hostess code and let me know that you would like this box class, and I can send it right out to you. Thanks so much for watching this video tutorial on this Frightfully Cute Halloween card. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out all of my Halloween treat boxes with the Frightfully Cute bundle, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video, so you can check out my videos. Thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye.